What's going on, squad? Here at the Athletic Gamer, the fittest gamer on earth. Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, guys, I'm going to be helping you get more V2 rockets. So if you guys are struggling, I've got some tips that can hopefully get you your very first one. Since World War II dropped, I've been trying my heart out trying to get my very first V2 rocket, and I just could not get one. I would go on a bunch of merciless streaks. I would go on 15 streaks, even 20 streaks, or I would get a vicious medal by using troops and bombing runs, ball turret gunners, and all types of score streaks to get me to that vicious medal, but I just could not seem to get that V2 rocket. So I started testing some things out and I made some changes, and 3 weeks ago I got my very first V2 rocket. Since then I've gotten another 5 V2 rockets. So I'm going to share with you in this video what I did in order to get my first V2 rocket as well as those other 5. So the very first tip I have for you is to check your stats. Now what I mean by that is if you go into your classes and you hover over either your division or your weapon, you can see your KD and what your stats are for that specific division. So what I want you to do is to select your highest KD division and then build a class around that. So in my case, my highest KD division is infantry. I have a little over a 2.0 KD, and it is the only division that I have gotten a V2 rocket with. It doesn't matter if I had a AR or a submachine gun, a light machine gun. It doesn't matter what type of weapon I use, but infantry is the highest KD division, and that is the division that I do the best with. So if your highest KD division is airborne or mountain or armory, I don't care what it is, make sure you select the division that has the highest KD, because that is the division that you have the best chance of going on long streaks and getting your first V2 rocket. Now the next thing you want to do is set up your score streaks. I've seen a lot of people just run a UAV or a UAV along with the counter UAV, and that's fine, but the problem with that is if you get yourself in trouble, then you're kind of screwed because all you have is a UAV. And the reason why they do that is because if you say have a UAV along with troops, you have to wait until you get troops in order to recycle your UAV. So by eliminating your other streaks, you can recycle that UAV over and over again, so you constantly have the radar on. So in theory that is a great idea, but I prefer to have some streaks in case I do get in trouble, and I can use a streak to push the enemies back, which will allow me to push their spawn and get myself into a better position where I can get more kills. Now we're going to talk about how to maneuver ourselves around the map. So the thing you want to do is stick to the outsides of the map. You don't want to go in the middle where all the action is. You want to stick to the outsides and pick people off as they come in. You don't want to be rushing around, sprinting all over the place, and then get caught with your pants down basically, because the ADS time in this game is extremely slow, especially when you're sprinting. The sprint out time is terrible, and that is the absolute last thing you want to do when you're trying to go for a V2 rocket. Another thing too is the spawns in this game. They're extremely sticky, meaning that they don't flip easily. So what you want to do is hold down an area of the map. You just want to get into a position where you have some cover that you can move from cover to cover with, and hold that down for a few kills. Once you've gotten 4 or 5 kills, fall back or switch to a different position so that the enemies don't come for that revenge kill, because they're going to be coming. I promise you, once you've killed them a couple of times, you're probably going to kill the same person more than once, and they're going to be upset and they're going to be coming for you. So you have to make sure you move. You can't sit in the same spot the entire time. It's not going to work. Okay, so for the very last tip I have for you guys is to select the right game modes. Now game modes that are going to be perfect for V2 rockets are going to be Domination and Gridiron. These 2 game modes are probably the most ideal for getting a V2 rocket, and the reason behind that is because of the spawn systems in those 2 games. With a game mode like Domination, there's the A and C flag, which are the main spawn points in that game mode, and it's easy to tell where the enemies are going to be coming from because whichever flag they have is the spawn that they're going to be at. So once your opponents have a certain flag, that's how you can tell where you should maneuver yourselves around the map. Also with Domination, it's a lot less competitive than game modes like Hardpoint and Capture the Flag, so you're way more likely to get in a lobby with noobs than you would tryhards. And the same goes for Gridiron. Gridiron is like a casual Capture the Flag. There's 2 set spawns, and there are like absolutely no tryhards in this game mode. I swear to you, 4 of my 6 V2 rockets that I've gotten have been in Gridiron because of how casual the lobbies are. Now this doesn't guarantee that you're going to get a noob lobby every single time, but you are increasing the chances of you're getting a V2 rocket by playing in these more casual game modes. So there you go, guys. Those are my tips for getting more V2 rockets in Call of Duty World War II. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it very helpful. If you did, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this in the future. Also, don't forget to leave a comment and let me know if this information helped you get your very first V2 rocket. Thank you guys so much for watching. I always appreciate it. And YouTube, I'll see you next time.